Alright, so I figured I would do a video. It's been a minute. Um, I wanted to showcase some shit that I feel like didn't get enough attention when I showcased it the first time. And it's related to a video I did recently, as in last month around this time, where I interviewed the owner of Down with the Most High. And I talked about a release he did, multiple releases he did. If you haven't watched the interview, I'm extremely proud of it. Please check it out. If you're a Proclamation fan, this is a must watch. I can't stress that enough. Um, but one of the things he did recently is he reissued the Gorath discography, which is pre-Proclamation. And I just want to show you guys the versions that are available and get you guys to hopefully pick up a copy, because this is some killer shit. He didn't ask me to do this. I'm doing this on my own free will because I absolutely love this release and every single thing about it. And I just want to spread the word of it. So, first record, we're going to be talking about Gorath with Invocation of the Ancient Beast, The Complete Works. This, as I stated, was released by Down with the Most High in 2023. This is the first time this shit has had a proper pressing. As a matter of fact, Usurper, the man behind this project, and one of the three primary brains behind Proclamation, unless you count Reverend of Gothic Rituals, the original vocalist, who, based off my understanding, just contributed vocals. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, he's a core member of Proclamation, bottom line. And this shit is extremely important because this contains riffs for future Proclamation songs. This was not just a one and done project. It was, but this was the embryo that spawned what we know Proclamation as. So if you're a Proclamation fan, this is a must own. You can get it from Nuclear War Now in the United States, and you can also get it from Down with the Most High over in Europe. Now, the standard edition that's available pretty much everywhere includes this awesome reprint of Panopticon zine, which was a zine that was ran by Usurper of Proclamation, but this never, to my knowledge, got a proper release. So it was finally released for the first time along with this record. So you get that with the record. Along with that, you get this booklet. And this booklet, I have to say, is so well written, and it's paced perfectly with the record. If you sit down, drop the needle on the record, and start to read along, you're going to be blown away by how well this flows with the record. This is one of the coolest fucking additions I've seen with a record in terms of pacing. It lines up flawlessly. If you read it at the pace of the record, you're gonna have a great time. And yeah, the standard edition, just on black vinyl. And if you're feeling saucy and you really like what you hear and you really want to own this, there's also an Oxblood Marbled edition. And the Oxblood Marbled edition comes with the zine, the booklet, this incredible replica flyer. Absolutely incredible. Number 69 out of 100. This is my copy. And the Die Hard comes with a Proclamation poster with the original logo. And of course, the Gorath poster. Very thick, nice quality cardstock for all this. Just top shelf quality. The attention to detail that Down with the Most High has is just fucking phenomenal. Even black flooded interior. You gotta love that shit. small attention to detail like that with vinyl is what really makes me the happiest when I get a record, is just seeing all the small little details besides the music itself. And the music itself is very raw on this. It is very, I don't want to use the word sloppy, but it's definitely amateurish. You could tell Ursifer is learning as he's going with this. And that's something that I really like about this, is it's filled with such genuine spirit and enthusiasm for black death metal that regardless of how tight or sloppy it is, and let me tell you something, the beginning it's a little sloppy, and as it goes on it gets much more cohesive and much tighter and much more consistent. You can definitely hear Proclamation riffs. I mean, I recognize Angel of the Four Winds right away when I was listening to this. So if you haven't checked out Gorath, do so. And this is just something I want to show one more time because I have it to show I have the complete collection. I grabbed the strip. I have the test pressing as well. Number 10 of 10. This is on a cool little strip. Love that it has a spine on it. And then all the demo artwork. The original test pressing jacket. And the record itself housed in a MoFi. Fucking awesome. Awesome shit. Now moving along, we're going to have a consistent theme. And we're going to be going to a genre I don't talk about very much, which is death metal. And this is probably at this point my favorite death metal band. Hands down, no question. Autopsy will forever have the title of my favorite death metal album being Severed Survival. But overall, if I had to pick one, I'm going with the one, the only, New York's own Mortician. This is Mortal Massacre. It contains two 7-inches, Brutally Mutilated and Mortal Massacre are contained on this, along with some live tracks. And this is back when they had a drummer. Really solid shit. If you don't know Mortician, I'll give you a quick explanation. Mortician is Mortician. There's no other band like them other than Fluids, but Fluids worships them. We'll talk about Fluids in a later point in my channel. But with Mortician, extremely down-tuned riffs, heavily distorted bass, super distorted bass, to the point where you can barely make out what the notes are. Monotone, straightforward, guttural vocals, can barely understand a word of what's said. Expect horror movie samples. Samples that are so long, they might actually exceed the length of the song itself that the sample is on. I feel like people have too high of a standard for Mortician. Mortician is Mortician. You either fucking love them or you fucking hate them. I fucking love them, so let's talk about Mortal Massacre. Very raw, very brutal, very straightforward to the point shit. I think I like Brutally Mutilated a little bit more than Mortal Massacre, although the song Drilling for Brains is fucking awesome. The live shit's cool. I wish they did the samples live, but that's just me. I'm sure not just me. This is a 2 LP. I haven't had a chance to put them in MoFis. I've been playing them a lot lately. I just don't have any outer sleeves to go with them. But this was released by Relapse Records, and it comes on Smoke vinyl, which is very fitting for the artwork. Now, I picked these up from House Headbangers. You still might be able to get them there. I'm not sure. But if you need Mortician on vinyl, do so. Get these. They sound great and they look great. Now, my favorite Mortician material, easily, House by the Cemetery. I have the first CD press of this. I got it FYE fucking like 13, 14 years ago for like not even $7. It was dirt cheap. But the thing with this that I love so much is the production. This is Mortician at their filthiest. Yeah, the production's raw on Mortal Massacre, but it has real drums. This has the drum machine that we all know and love. And Driller Killer, Barbaric Cruelties, Defiler of the Dead, House by the Cemetery, Procreation of the Wicked, Celtic Frost cover. Come on, you know me. Celtic Frost is my favorite band. How the fuck am I not going to love a death metal version of that? This is just a genius EP, and the fact it was recorded in like one night, from what I was reading, is fucking wild. But can't recommend this enough. There's the Defiler of the Dead himself. There are the two men behind the project, Roger and Will. Will looks like he takes things a little bit more seriously than Roger. I just love everything about this band. The samples are so great. You can ask my friends when I play this. I like talking over the samples of what the sample is saying. What you got there, mister? A drill! It's one of my favorite samples ever. And this is probably one of my favorite colored records I have now. This is a Black Ice Splatter. And this looks really fucking good. I mean, really good. I couldn't get over how awesome this one looked when I got it. But House by Cemetery by Mortician, I could talk about this EP for fucking ever. Ever and ever. Mortician is just one of the most fun death metal bands you'll ever encounter. If you like horror movie samples and you don't know these guys, what the fuck are you doing with your life? If you like cheesy horror and you don't know these guys, what are you doing with your life? These guys are legends for a reason. Moving along, we get to their debut full length, Hacked Up for Barbecue. I've had the CD of this for years. The sample on Blood Craving, the opening sample, I mean, it's just iconic. And once again, it's another one of those samples where as soon as I hear it, I'm speaking every word of it. I can't help it. What do you want? Your blood all over me. Blown to Pieces, another great song. Brutal Disfigurement. Hacked Up for Barbecue, of course, featuring a Texas Chainsaw Massacre sample. If I remember correctly, Morbid Butchery contains the sample of the shotgun headshot scene in Maniac. And fun fact about me, Maniac is probably my favorite movie at this point. The original, from 1980. The remake is fucking awful, in my opinion. But regardless, we're talking about Mortician. Production's a little bit cleaner on this one, but still filthy. You still need to take a shower after listening to this. It's just everything I love about brutal death metal just wrapped into one. It's fucking killer. 2 LP, and this is on a really cool white with orange and red splatter. I have been resetting my sleep schedule because I work overnights, and I'm about to go back to work finally after my seizure back in March. And one of my favorite things to do now is when it's late at like 3 a.m. is throw on a Mortician record and just have a great time. It's impossible not to, I'm telling you. Then we're going to move along to the EP. Zombie fucking Apocalypse. Side A is awesome. Side B is weak. I will admit. Side B sounds paper thin. Side B lacks a lot of nuts. It's just kind of eh. But side A, oh, fuck yes. This is when Mortician becomes a three-piece by adding another guitarist and keeping the drum machine, which I love. I wish I would use the drum machine live. Like, if any of the Mortician guys, by some chance, end up seeing this video, change up your live shows. Give the people what they want. People are going to see Mortician, so they want a drum machine. People are going to see Mortician, so they want the samples. I don't know why they do that, but it drives me up a fucking wall. Because based off my knowledge, they use real drums performed by Roger, which is cool. But at the same time, if I was to see him live, I would want to see a drum machine. So I don't know, maybe if they could consider doing like a special set with the samples and the drum machine, oh, that would be the greatest show. I would travel for that, without a doubt. And the color for this one is an awesome sea blue with splatter. And it looks fucking great. And the last record that I am going to be talking about is the second full-length album from Mortician. And in my personal opinion, their last truly great release. And that would be Chainsaw Dismemberment. Now, Chainsaw Dismemberment is when you start to see Mortician not really change, but clean up their production. And I don't want to say at this point they start to go downhill, but they do. This is like the last great record from them, in my opinion. This thing is just filled with songs from front to back. Stab, Flesh Ripper, Mass Mutilation, Rabid. I mean, if you don't know Rabid and you're a death metal fan, there's a fucking problem. Brutalized, The Crazies, Silent Night, Bloody Night, Slaughterhouse Part 2, Lord of the Dead Mortician Part 2. Just great shit. Something that I just find so funny is that picture of Will. I don't know what it is. The shotgun is just... It's the ultimate touch. Props to Will for grabbing the shotgun for that photo. It's my favorite photo in death metal. And vinyl itself is on a very cool... It's like a blood splatter blue. It looks really nice. And it sounds fucking awesome. So if you haven't picked up these reissues and you've been thinking about it, I highly recommend you do. They sound great. They are worth every single penny, and they're actually pretty affordable for what they are, especially considering the cool vinyl colors and all that. So, yeah, I'll have a link down below to everything I talked about in this video, including my interview with Down with the Most High, link to Down with the Most High for Gorath, along with links to Hell's Headbangers, Bandcamp, and Nuclear War Now, so you guys can check this shit out and purchase it yourself. And that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If not, too fucking bad. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.